guys, welcome back to Voices of Lilith, your podcast where we talk about what we love, metal, our community, music industry, and deep talks, but from the feminine perspective. I am your host, Elena Cor Tauri, vocalist, guitarist, vocal coach, and musicologist. And if you like this or other conversations from my channel, I'd be very happy if you hit the subscribe button, leave a comment, give this video a like. Your support is highly appreciated. So today we have a very special guest. It's Leo from Luther. A very warm welcome to you. And would you like to introduce yourself as well?
Yes, so thank you for having me. Actually, I want to tell you that I was fangirling about you. Maybe we can talk about it later.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, now invited. Wow.
That's so cool.
Yeah, so my name is Leo Luther. I have a band that is called Luther. We are Berlin-based, but all immigrants. And which is very fun to say every time they're like, where are you guys based? And where are you guys from? And I never know if to lie or not to get booked in festivals. But yeah, so we are, I guess, alternative metal. We mostly have influences from progressive metal and I guess hardcore. Yeah.
Yeah, and I found your music really interesting. Like, I heard it for the first time and I was like, this is so different. Because I heard the Next Time Send a Killer song and like the vocals were so different from what I've heard before. I was really excited about this. Really cool.
Nice. Thank you for saying that. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Let's start this off with the question I like to ask everyone. What are your top 3 favorite female metal vocalists?
Wow, you find me in a good spot. So I guess Tatiana. Which else? Maria from In This Moment. Yeah, and Taylor Momsen.
Oh, yeah. Lovely.
Women fucking crush, yeah. I mean, maybe it's like a little bit like basic answers, but I guess need to be honest, like this is what I've grew up on. I remember they were when I was younger, I guess 17, I started getting really into metal before I was into grunge and pop, I guess. They were the people that made me believe that maybe I could also develop some skills when it comes to metal music and like singing and extreme vocals. So yeah, maybe you like that answer. I don't know.
Yeah, I do like that answer. So good, yeah, and they're incredible vocalists. I just recently saw the vocal playthrough from Ginger from Tatiana, where she was singing Duel. I think that was the song. And I was just like, what the hell, that's so fucking cool. Like, I saw this kind of vocal playthrough from Will Ramus before, the Lorna Shore vocalist, and now I saw one from her, and it was like, the quality was exactly, like, high level 2, like, exactly the same. I was so amazed.
Is
really
this
cool.
The one that she released where she's, like, mirrored in the reel?
Yeah.
Ah,
From the profile side, kind of, yeah.
Yeah, this is going viral again. Like,
Yes.
what the fuck?
Yeah, like the Pisces song also went pretty viral, I think, right? Like, yeah.
I don't know, like, okay, sorry if I ask you a question back. So, what do you remember about your life when that video dropped?
I remember that everyone was pretty hyped, and I was like, that's maybe an unusual reaction. I really love her, and I love her vocals and her performance style, but I was just false quote screaming, like, why are you guys so freaking out so much about this? What about you?
Okay, no, this is interesting. So when did you first get introduced to like screaming and like extreme vocals?
I got introduced way back already, like I started with 13, so that was like in 2005, 2006 already. So, and the first female vocalist I think was, of course, Arch Enemy, the Angela Gosso that I heard, which I really fucking loved also at that time. But yeah, I knew those screamy vocals way back already before the Pisces video dropped, so it was usual. Yeah, I grew up with it, so
cute. That's awesome. Okay, I see. No, that's such a different, I think, reaction from everyone else in the world. I also, for me, it was very new as well. As I said, I came from grunge, so like I did already try to do distortion, but like a full-on growl. I had heard some deathcore, but not from a woman. Sorry to say that. Yeah, that sucks, but it is true.
Understand.
Makes sense,
Yeah, cool. And how did you get into singing this kind of style? Because you said you come from grunge, so
Okay, so I guess it started, let's say I am 14, 15. I find records of my family, like my mom and my dad. There is a Nirvana CD, there is a Metallica CD, there is, I think, Guns N' Roses. I start going through them, because I guess I had nothing else going on, like I was just going to school. And so I go through them. I'm like, oh, nice, nice. They didn't tell me much. And then Nirvana hit.
Which album was that?
It was never mine.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah,
of
yeah.
course, the classic baby album, yeah.
Yeah, right. So I listened to Nevermind, and I'm like, I think I'm going through puberty right at this moment.
Yeah, I think that album and then Linkin Park, Hybrid Theory were the most puberty albums that can be there, kind of.
Absolutely, yeah, yeah, yeah. So I guess I started like that, and then I got introduced to My Chemical Romance,
Oh.
and I got a fucking tattoo.
Oh, wow. You were so impressed by them, apparently.
I love them. And actually, so with Luther, we are writing an album, and it's, again, influences hardcore progressive metal. But there are some frames in which I do go into the theatrical, kind of emo atmosphere that we have with My Chemical Romance. And I think also heavily influenced what you said before, that I have a weird way of singing, right?
I didn't say weird. I just said different.
Different.
No, I think weird sounds kind of negative, but I was like positive about it. So, yeah.
I guess, this different thing. And then I guess from there, I started exploring, as we know, like, you go down to the rabbit hole, and then you find Ginger, you find In This Moment, I found Deadcore, and then blah, blah, we ended up here.
Great. So cool. And I think it's so important that you're not afraid to do something different as well, because metal can be quite elitist. Like the scene, some of the people can be really elitist about and gatekeeping about their music. So I think it's cool if somebody dares to do something different and just be like, well, we do our own thing. We don't care if people like it or not, and we'll do our own sound. We don't want to sound like everyone else. So that's great.
Yeah, thank you for saying that. I completely agree to those values. Yeah, even at fault.
Yeah, okay. Oh, damn. All right. Have you like had people say negative stuff about your music or confronting you about it?
Oh, wow. Yeah, I think I had a lot. I am grateful for every positive compliment, every time that we've been booked, every time that I've been booked in the past, every person that put a like on the videos, all of the people that follow the Instagram or the Spotify. But yeah, like I think every day, I receive like hate comments. I remember like we did a lineup. We were in a lineup, and I went outside and I just performed, and like people were making fun of me, of the way that I sang, like loud, but I nailed it.
Yes, girl.
Yeah, so they were like, I don't know, you guys are making me more famous. Like, I don't know. Yeah, and then I remember this other guy, he came to me and was like, hey, maybe we should do a feature. And I was like, oh, sure. Like they were the band after us, actually. And then he continued, and he was like, yeah, I usually don't like girls singing or screaming, but you were very good. And I was like, we're never gonna do a feature.
Good for you. That's great attitude there. Yeah.
Yeah,
I would
what
have done
the hell?
the same. Yeah, that's so
guess,
weird.
yeah.
Like people are still judging by gender. Like I've heard that many times before, that I don't like female singers. I don't like their voices. I don't like how they sound. It's so crazy. And then people don't even give them a listen, only because there's a woman singing or playing guitar or whatever. Yeah.
What is your experience? May I ask you also for like a small story if you have it?
I had really mixed experiences. I have been like, either I have been hated, I have been sexualized, I have been, from different people, I have been treated very poorly or very good. But also there has been this thing that, which you experienced as well, that, oh, I don't like women usually, but you're good. And back in the days, I thought that was a compliment, but nowadays, when I'm a little bit older and more experienced, I'm like, what the hell, dude? That's so degrading to any other woman. So, but all kinds of experiences. And the most disturbing to me have been when there were fans or industry people label managers or organizers, bookers, other bands when they sexualize you and they kind of want to use you. Like they're offering you this opportunity that, hey, we will market you, we will, give you this kind of chance, but then in the end they just want to get you too bad. And I think that's the worst experience that I had in this industry.
Yeah.
And in that way, I think metal is not so different from other genres even, unfortunately.
Might not. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
What
I'm
about...
sorry about that, by the way.
No, well, I think many of us go through this experience, and that's why I like to do this podcast, to talk with different women, because I feel like we are not so different from each other in the end, and
Yeah.
many of us have made the same experiences or similar ones, so I think it's important to
Absolutely.
talk. Yeah.
Do you mind if I now use this moment to say how I first knew of you?
Okay, sure, if you like.
So I went to Unholy Alliance event in Berlin, Badehaus.
Okay.
I think it was 2 years ago. 1 year ago?
Yeah, it was, I think, 2024, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
I guess so. You guys played there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, perfect. So I enter. I don't know why I went there. I mean, of course, I like the boys, but I could have been anywhere else, I guess, that day. And then you guys come on, and I'm just like, damn. And then I take the video, and I repost it on my Instagram. And then I think I tagged you, but I wasn't like looking for attention on anything. I was just like wanted to make people aware of your band and you and the fact that I like the concert. And then I think that brought you back to me, didn't it?
No, actually not.
No?
Thank you so much for the compliment. That's a sweet story, really. Like, I'm a little bit flattered. I don't know what to say, but no, actually, it was the organizer of that event. I was putting this Instagram sticker thingy that I asked people, hey, recommend some music to me, because I'm open to listen to music, and then he recommended your band, actually, and I listened to you guys. That was the Next Time Send a Killer, and I was really impressed. And that's why I went to your profile and I was like, hey, that's really fucking cool. She's doing so cool stuff and I like this singer.
Oh, cool.
So.
Okay. I see. So thank you for checking the song out.
Of course. May I ask, where are you from and how is the metal scene over there? Like, how's it going with gender and women and how's that?
So I am originally from Italy, but I was brought up in the Italian part of Switzerland, which I like to refer to as hell on earth.
Oh, okay.
Yes, but it's very boring place, but not, I would say I had a boring experience. Let's change the narrative. I had a boring experience there because maybe I didn't make the right friends. I didn't know how to seek for opportunities, fun, I guess, whatever. So, but a good thing happened. I started going to the only social center, like I guess Jugendzentrum, you would call it in Germany, but it was a raggedy one, like one of the ones in which there is also like drug dealing. I don't know if more like Copy. Do you know Copy of Berlin? Do you know like this type of concept? There is like some sort of anarchist community, a lot of parties, a lot of music, underground culture. I love it. Like, this is my house, Cool. So there was one of these in this Italian part of Switzerland, and someone invited me. I guess because I was a little bit alternative, because I was listening to Nirvana, and I ended up there. And I guess there was a concert happening, and it's a metal concert, and I was completely new to the concept of it, and I was like, I'm for the first time here. I started feeling the energy, feeling the music, seeing all of these people dressed super extreme, and then smoking outside. And I still felt like a little child, So I got like a super huge burst of excitement from this novelty. And then I started going to this place a little bit more. And that was, I guess, the place that would have hosted bands like ours. Then in Ticino, there were maybe 2 other clubs that hosted touring bands, but it's not really a destination for touring bands. So I guess there is a bit of a lack of like metal bands. I did start a metal band there a little bit afterwards. Actually, I joined one, but we were very like not maybe cover bands. Like this is really the level. I'm sure that maybe a metal band can come out of there, but in our case, it was very. And I never got to experience like Milan's culture when it comes to metal, which probably would have been more interesting. Because I then moved to Berlin, 7 years ago, like right after, almost after high school. So I had all of my formative band years already in Berlin. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, like, Luther is your second band then, or?
Yes, I guess the third. Yeah.
Okay, wow, that's pretty fresh.
Yeah. Yeah. How was Hanover?
I just moved here like 3 years ago, 4 years ago, so I've been living all around. I even lived in Finland for a while and in Spain for a while, so I've been a little bit around as well. But the place that I grew up in, which is like northern Germany, it was pretty boring too. Like it was a small village and there were almost no people listening to metal. There was a small metal community and they always went to my band's concerts and stuff, which was cool. But it was so tiny and there was nothing going on. And like it wasn't anything compared to like Berlin or Hamburg or Hanover. Because in Hanover, there's a pretty good metal scene, I would say. Like there are lots of bands here and some venues, so... But of course, that is going worse as well. Like, there's no money put to culture, so some clubs are closing down, and there's not that many concerts anymore. I guess that's the same in Berlin, probably.
Yeah. And it's very, also, a lot of musicians come to Berlin because it's famous for, like, music enthusiasts, I guess. So the competition is super high. Like, to get, I don't know, booked for support or in events, whatever.
Yeah, that's an interesting point because what is your experience with booking shows, and do you have any recommendations for like newcomer bands or newer bands, like how to get shows?
Oh God, it's so also is moving. Like at first I would have said put on your own shows and then invite bands that you like and start like on a really like local level. But I also understand that it's getting more expensive. Like some venues here in Berlin that hold like a capacity of like 150, they might already ask you like 800 euros, per night. Yeah, and you're like, okay, bro, I'm like 15. Can I still play? Like,
Oh.
So this is happening. But there are like, if you do a very good search online, there are always DIY opportunities that come up with like Unholy Alliance, they are putting on events and stuff. And I guess if you bring your band to the level of being able to play those shows, like you have a full set, you're professional, whatever, then you can reach out and hopefully like after you do it enough times, then you get booked and so on. Is that a good answer? I don't know.
Yeah, of course. Any answer is good. I'm just interested in your experience, so anything. There's no right or wrong. But yeah, that's true. I feel like it's very difficult to get from that step from being an underground band, like booking your own shows and having friends and inviting back and forth, having these exchange gigs, and then going to a more professional level where you're actually getting booked. I feel like that's a huge step for a lot of underground bands. Like many don't know how to get out of that. And one thing, of course, is to contact booking agencies and other agencies, but then you have to invest a lot of money. So not everyone has that, especially musicians are usually poor, right? So
Yeah. What do you mean you need to invest a lot of money? What do you exactly mean by that?
because booking agencies, they charge you money, of course. Like they want to earn something from their services, so they will charge you. Like there are different kind of deals. Like one deal could be that you pay something to them, like, X sum of X money, and then for that they start booking you.
Very interesting. I need to make some market research about this. Can you send me the contacts?
We can talk about that after the call.
Maybe I should also say something. So I work in a concert booking agency,
Oh.
in which our model is not that.
Oh, okay, that's interesting.
Yeah. So maybe we could talk about it later.
I was recently having an interview with another guest, and I told her about the Lacuna Coil frontwoman. I don't know if you know her. She said that, she was either treated as a wife or a girlfriend or someone like a groupie whenever she was at a festival or playing somewhere. and there were different producers who gave her a card just to get her to bed and stuff like that. So do you have like any experiences like that, or something you want to say?
Oh God, like I think that I'm plagued by these experiences. I think they are more than anything else that happened in my career so far. Like trauma dropping moment. I was signed by a major, like I got my band signed to a major label in 2023 or something like this, and then I got dropped because my ex bandmates basically wanted like a puppet, but that's very interesting because like I was the engine, especially like on a strategy level to get to the point of being signed by a major label. And when we got in, I lost all power, not necessarily through because of the major label, but because there is so the band was a democracy, how it many time is, which then if you have 3 boys and 1 girl, it might not necessarily end up as a democracy, right? And there is absolutely like of course there is also interpersonal relationships between me and the boys, and maybe we're not going too well, but there is also what I experience is like systemic sexism. Like it is studied that in groups in which there is a minority, there is minority shit happening to them,
Yes, of course.
So this is a big story of mine, and then like I guess this is the more, how to say it, like powerful to express, but like every day I wake up and I have to deal with the reality that I am a woman in this business, that it's predominantly male dominated. I get offers just because someone wants to hit on me. But what do? We keep going on. We don't. Every time someone hits on me, that it's supposed not to, I smile, I work harder, I go where I want. That's my response.
Powerful, yeah. And that's interesting because I had to go through the same experience. Like when I started out, I didn't see any gender. Like I thought that everyone is the same. I didn't care about the gender. But through the years and after a lot of years of doing this, I now see the male gender. Like when I meet a fan or a person, like another band member or something, I always see, okay, they're a man. I have to be more aware. I have to be a little bit more distant here and a little bit more careful what I do, which is very unfortunate. But, after a lot of bad experiences, you start to really be more aware and treat people differently. And that's why I'm so happy when there's a woman and she's coming to me after the concert and she's commenting on the music and she's like, wow, you're so great. That is like the most like wow compliment to me ever, because I know it comes from the heart and it doesn't come because she wants to hit on me or do something with me.
Yeah.
So I get that.
Also, something super powerful that you reminded me when you just said this, it's like I think we see each other, like, you know what I mean? Like probably when I was looking at you being powerful like on stage and like being able to express yourself and like being super cool, I felt like, oh, I wish I was her friend. I guess there is like a part of this, and there is also the part of like, that is me, because I know that you're probably going through very similar struggles that I am. So I don't know if you ever have this feeling. Like sometimes when I look at people, I see a lot of myself in them. And this is powerful feeling, in my opinion, for empathy purposes, etc.
Definitely, I know that experience, and that's a little bit weird, maybe, but I saw a speech of Madonna actually, and she was talking about being a woman in the industry, and I saw, like, of course, I'm not comparing us, but I'm just thinking that, okay, I can understand that experience that she was going through. She was saying such powerful things about, women having to build a community and stick to each other and talk to each other especially, and and I felt like I could totally understand what she was saying, because as a woman, you're not allowed to, look old, grow old. You always have to look like a 16-year-old. Otherwise, you're not attractive enough to be in the music industry and all of that stuff. So we should start changing that by, building more of a strength amongst women, right? So
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's a super good point. And I guess I never considered that too much. Maybe I'm not so community minded as I should.
I
But
hate people.
no, I guess maybe I just like a little bit. Maybe like I was a little bit lonely as a kid, so my first reaction is not to think like, oh, maybe I can build community. My first reaction is like, I wish people liked me or something.
That is also one point of this podcast, to connect with women and to share this kind of stuff. Yeah, definitely.
Thank you. That's so awesome. When did you start with Voices of Lilith?
2021, I think, during the pandemic, when everyone started to do a podcast, I also started, and then I had a break because there was so much other stuff going on, and now I want to relaunch and restart again, because I think it's a cool thing just to, share this kind of stuff.
Absolutely. That's so fun. Thank you for having me again.
Of course, you're welcome. You have been like in grunge, you said, and I think I forgot. Pop and grunge, you said. Compared to other genres, do you think like metal is more or less sexist, or is it pretty the same? What if you compare the genres? What would you say?
God. Interesting question. Maybe more.
Okay.
I mean, of course, there is the trope of like when you're in pop, you need to be like super hot, right? And like sexy and like push a lot on that. But at the same time, I feel like, this is something that is going to upset everyone. So,
Great. We love that.
So, when Spirit Box, Poppy, and all of these new names, they started going into the mainstream, right?
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to mainstream, sorry, not new names, but like when they started ascending into the mainstream, which I think started happening like 2 years ago or something, maybe. So I noticed that there is this personality trait that they express that is like powerful woman, you know? And I guess I miss a little bit of diversity when it comes to personalities of women showing, you know? So, and I know that it's not because of them. It's like they're not all the same. But I guess the type of footage that it's broadcasted mostly and made public mostly only films this one specific personality trait, when we are so varied, you know what I mean? We are funny women, we have these women, we have upsetting women, like we have problematic women. I want to see all problematic women. And I hope we get to see more of that, and that it's okay. Because it's so okay to have problematic men in metal. It's so okay to have non-attractive men in metal, to have small men in metal, to have big men in metal, to have crazy men in metal. But is it okay to have personality, for women in metal? Because, like, I feel like because of that, I've been a little bit less fortunate in my career, because I was not only like the strong and whatever woman. I also had other traits that people didn't digest so easily. So yeah, that's my point. I don't know. What do you think?
Very interesting point. Very interesting. Well, of course, I have thought about that women usually they have to portray a certain visual image. Like you even mentioned Mariah Brink from In This Moment, right? And I always felt like, is this sexual liberation by herself? Like, is this what she wants to express? Or is this a management label thing that they want her to portray herself like that? Because I feel like, and that's the same with the other singers you've named, that a lot of times they are super sexualized, or they have to look a certain way. But the personality dimension there is really interesting as well. That's something I maybe haven't thought about that much, that they also have to show a personality which is like only that personality is accepted. That's really interesting, because also the Angela Gosso and Alyssa White Glass, they have a pretty similar trait. Like, they're this really pretty, really petite woman, but they're so like tough and they own the stage kind of. So
Yeah,
that makes a lot of
powerful.
sense. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not speaking like just to make clear because I'm gonna get hate comments otherwise. Like I, I remember that Poppy, for
Fuck the
example.
haters.
I remember that Poppy, for example, like she has huge personality online, like 100%. I'm just talking about the current, like more mainstream portrait of them. It's like there are some traits that are way more portrayed than others, and maybe I wish there was more variety there. That's it. Sorry for reiterating.
No. That's fine. Your opinion matters, right? And I also feel like there could be more of like ADHD women or autistic women or something like that also, that you could show more of introverted people or people who are a little bit awkward. Like I love, for example, Aurora from Norway. She is this little weirdling, and I love how she's just so like in her own world. And I feel like you're right, in metal that's almost never there, I guess. If there's like I don't know about any singer who is like that.
Thank you for saying that. That is such a great example. Like she is so like, I guess because they also allowed this to happen like marketing wise, because I guess it was charismatic. But this type of weirdos, I want to see fucking weirdos like do metal. I don't want to always see the same type of trope of woman vocalist, woman this, woman that. That's it.
Definitely, I agree. That's so interesting. So how do you feel on stage?
I love it. Yeah. I think it's like finally where I can stop being so like, how to say it, masked with society, and I can express some parts of me and ask for the people that get to do that are otherwise never useful in normal life, like to be theatrical. Like it's something that maybe you get to do as a kid, to be playful, like to that extent, to be to make a fool of yourself, to have a play going on for someone else, to impress people at that level. Like it's something that we don't really get to do anymore unless you are like into the creative scene. And when I get to do that, because how much work it fucking takes to just go on a stage, like you need to write the songs, you need to convince everyone to play with you, you need to pay the venue, like it's so crazy. So when you finally get on that stage and you get to be a fool, I love it.
Yeah, like you said, that's like the tiniest part of all of the work. Like only the 45-50 minutes on stage, that's like the least part of all the work that is behind it, right?
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, it's crazy. And people don't see that. Like if you're just a regular metal fan and you just go to a show, you think, they're rock stars, they're on the stage, I bet they get like 5,000 euro for this, and yeah, that's it. And then they go to the backstage with a couple of groupies or something.
What are my groupies?
That's interesting that you talk about playfulness, because I thought the same about your vocals. Because, well, to me, they're still really different, like in a good way. Did you like think intentionally about, you want to create them like this? You want them to sound like this? Or was this like emotion based? Or what is your thought about that?
That is, I guess, the most me that I can be. Like, I guess I lean into this. Of course, there is some sad songs that I write, whatever, or angry songs that I write. But I do have irony. I do have playfulness. And I guess there is some... I try to not have it. I try to have a normal song. I always try to write a normal song. It's like, this one, okay, the people on the Spotify are gonna listen to it, I try to write a normal song, and something happens in between, and then I'm like, dude, okay, what do we do? Do we commit to a real song, or do we try so hard to make a fake song? Something that is not genuine. And I always choose to go organic rather than fake it, and then stuff like that happens. But I think in Next Time Send a Killer, it works, which is sadly something that when you experiment doesn't always work. So there is also, I'm sure it's gonna be tragic songs in which people are like, damn, I wish this band didn't exist.
I wish this worked, but it doesn't. Well, whatever. I'm just gonna skip it.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that's it.
All right, cool. Really good points, and very interesting insights, definitely. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your insights and your energy and your time. And if you guys liked it, give it a thumbs up, like it, follow it, and all of the good stuff. And do you have any final words you would like to say?
No, thank you for having me. Actually, I want to come see you play again. Haha.
Thank you. Same to you. Like, I want to see you for the first time play somewhere. Do you have any upcoming gigs that you would like to promote?
Oh yeah, sure. So we do 14th of February, Train Control Freiburg with Watch Out Stampede. We do actually got announced today, 17th of February, Cassiopeia Berlin in support you Yearn. And we do a festival in Neue Zukunft, also Berlin, 27th of February, with Bipolar Architecture, Cetus, and Predatory Void.
Great. Thank you.
Ciao, everyone. Mwah.